Hello, viewers. Hello, subscribers. Morning, viewers. Morning, subscribers. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Yep. Remember I told you that communication is big in video games? Yeah. And I was the one that really said it. You hear people talk about it. They learned it from me. But anyway, listen to this. Frustration grows over Ryzen Z2 Extreme handhelds launches. This article is from Video Cards. It says here, AMD announces Ryzen Z2 and Z2 Extreme processors earlier this year. The next step for Windows handheld gaming. Several companies rushed to adopt the new chip. Some needed months to confirm, but the launch cycle has been far from smooth. There's of the most high handheld Lenovo Legion Go 2, MSI Claw A8, and Asus ROG Xbox Ally are facing complaints from customers or after they reach shelves. Says here, Lenovo Legion Go 2 was one of the first Z2 Extreme handheld reveals, but the pre-order process, which started this month, has left many buyers disappointed. Shipping windows originally set for mid-September have slipped to late October with little explanation from Lenovo. Then it says the company's AMA session on Reddit failed to address questions about availability and support, leaving buyers worried about the communication and post-launch updates. Notebook Check also reported that Lenovo confirmed no official SteamOS support and dodged questions about delays while admitting that drivers updates should improve Z2 Extreme performance. Pricing has further fueled complaints, with some saying it's too high compared to the competition. Lenovo has defended this claim by saying this is a premium device. Says here, MSI has chosen to stick with its confusing launch and marketing communication. Official social media account mentioned firmware updates. While the device is still not on sale in many countries, including the U.S., MSI have a history. See, this is why I got to get a new tablet. I got to get my second tablet here. Anyway, see if I can pick up where I left off here before I was rudely interrupted here. Anyway, where was I at? Okay, almost got it. Almost got it. Yeah. Well, Valve say they were looking for a generational leap. They were right not to. They were right for not going with that Z2 chip. But anyway, let's see, where was I picked up? Where was I at? Before I was rudely interrupted here. Let's see here. Okay, let me start off at Notebook Check. It says Notebook Check also reported that Lenovo confirmed no official SteamOS support and dodged question about delays while admitting that driver updates should improve Z2 Extreme performance. Pricing has further fueled complaints, with some saying it's too high compared to competing devices. Lenovo defend this claim by saying this is a premium device. Says here, MSI has chosen to stick with its confusing launch and marketing communication. Official social media account mentioned firmware updates. While the device is still not on sale in many countries, including the U.S., MSI has a history of launching Claw system exclusively in Asia before releasing them later in other regions. But the company has never explained this staggered rollout. It says the handheld is now listed in Asia and Europe, price the same as the Lunar Lake model, Claw 8 AI, which still faces availability issues a year after launch. Seems like MSI just wanted to have its first Ryzen Z2 Extreme handheld on the market, but not necessarily available to everyone. So Valve was right when they released the Steam Deck. You had to order it from them, and they gave it to you in about a week or two. All right. Says here, the company has confirmed October launch, but with only a month to go, there is still no official pricing or pre-order date. Leaks suggest prices in the 600 range for the non-extreme model and up to 900 for the extreme, but nothing has been confirmed. Retailers briefly posted early listing before pulling them back. For fans. Fans are frustrated that Asus and Microsoft have not provided clear information, especially as tariffs and regional pricing could further complicate matters. Remember, you learned this from me. I told you this months ago when I started covering the Steam Deck, that communications is big in video games. Just saying. So we were ahead of the game. Just saying to the viewers and subscribers, we were ahead of the game. But anyway, since you're messing around here, says here, taken together, the first waves of Ryzen Z2 Extreme handhelds is struggling to win customers' confidence. Delays, value, communication, high prices, and design concerns are overshadowing the performance promises of AMD's latest chip. It seems Intel has missed its opportunity to claw back to the handheld market with its Lunar Lake architecture, which would have been well suited for this type of system if only such handhelds were easily available and in more than just one product. And what else? Then it shows the MSI Claw 8, Lenovo Legion Go, and Xbox ROG, Asus ROG, Xbox Ally specs. Then go down here for a minute. We got some comments. I think that it. Did I get everything? Wait a minute. Did I get everything? Says here. Hope I didn't miss anything. Okay. Premium device. Okay, I did that. Oh, here. One more. Says here. Okay, we did that. Okay, we did that part. Okay. Okay, now we got the comments. Let's see what we got here. Who is this? Lucas said this: if you want something faster than a Z2E, just go with MSI Claw 8. Not saying the extra thing. And then Mark said this: very disappointing perf over Z1E and price. Then Steven said, yes, the companies expect users to pay double for a handful of extra frames and 10 to 20 minutes more battery life. Strongly doubt it's AMD's that overpricing these chips, and most likely vendors putting in very fat margins. And then who's this? Eldrax this the ZE Extreme chip is not new tech, just an evolution of previous chips built using the same base. I suspect we'll see something new in 2027, which will be a significant boost. I guess he's talking about the Steam Deck. Valve with this generational leap. And then who's this? Cactus said this: take this as my personal paranoia and Microsoft hater if you want, but this delay is super weird, and I am sure we can explain this because Windows 11 suck, and in handheld gaming devices, it sucks twice. It says here, so the delay is not because of OEMs or AMD, is related to Microsoft asking for more time to improve their weird Windows 11 for handhelds, but it's continue to what he says continue to suck. He says if they launch all those devices at a high price and poor performance due to Windows 11 and Z2E not being improved really over Z1E, the disappointment would be big. People will try any SteamOS clones and learn how good is Linux nowadays for gaming, and that could start a domino effect of people massively switching to Linux for gaming and devs accepting gaming on Linux is real. So they finally adapt and provide anti-cheat for Linux, therefore making more people switching to Linux. I have no proof, but I have no doubt. Yeah. Who was this? And then Swift said this. Intel and Microsoft are always the bad guys in this community, I guess. Then let's see. Tech said this. You are reminded that 24H2 Windows 11 updates significantly improved performance of Zen CPUs and brought nothing special for Intel. This alone is one example of proprietaries for OS optimization. It's not surprising that some users are not happy about OS updates. And then Lucas said this. Well, it fixed the weird power profile issue in Intel system too. Granted, that wasn't for a couple of months later. And then who was this? CR was it? CR said this. CR was it? CRB. Is that CRB? He says Lenovo is out of their minds. They're trying to make the Go 2 seems like an Apple device, at least in price, but that's hard to do when all you do was put in a better screen and change the shell and the chip. There's nothing inherently different about it. It's just an upgraded version of the older model, double the price for that is ludicrous. He says MSI has been a paper has been a paper launch in the US. It's handheld, the Claw 8. And then who is this? See, Dio said this. They are just not worth it. Get older Z1 device, which are just 10 to 15% slower, but half the price. Also being still RDNA 3.5, they're not compatible with AI FSR4 upscaling. Well, there's an article on OC3D and Tom's Hardware that says FSR4 can work on older GPUs. So he's wrong on that. But anyway, and then Tech said this. These companies use proprietary deliberately vague marketing campaigns. See, man, when I'm getting into this, gotta wait. Okay, where was I at before I was rudely interrupted again? Just saying. 14 minutes. Anyway, let me knock this out real quick. Get it done. Yeah. Got you guys though. Anyway, what do we got here? Yeah, man. Pricing, communication is big in video games, folks. I said this months ago. Yeah. So gotta talk to your users, man. When the Steam Deck came out, everybody took their shots. Now Valve is sitting back watching these guys. Anyway, where's the comments at so I can finish this? Let's see here. Where we at? Okay, I read yours. Okay, I did that. It says the companies He says the companies are used proprietary deliberately vague marketing campaign to meddle with eyes and melt critics' thinking, see, faculties, and play FOMO games with often movie impulsive and inexperienced buyers. Both sides are locked in this bizarre dance. I observe this from sidelines and cannot believe how broken and sick this market segment is. And then who is this? Morgan said this market segment, are you trying to imply that the rest of the PC industry is not using predatory and deliberately vague marketing campaigns to meddle the eyes and melt critical thinking faculties and play FOMO games with open native impulse and inexperienced buyers? Both sides are locked in this bizarre dance, a bold stance. And then Arvark said, I deliberately limit my observation to this segment, as the article is about handheld. In other articles, we can come back to it as a discussion point. For example, Razer laptop from 2024 with fake Thunderbolt 5 supporting only DP 1.4 video output. Really bad showing for Intel new generation of Thunderbolt, especially on super expensive machines. And anything else? That is it. Well, like I told you guys, communication is big in video games. You know, when the Steam Deck first came out, I remember when I first covered it, I said Valve need to open a line of Valve need to be in the news more. And what they did, and I said something about them, they need to talk to their users. So what they did was open a line of communication, and the users send their feedbacks. Then Valve responded with updates, and then it was a back and forth thing, like a windshield wiper, back and forth, and that improved the experience and the growth of the Steam Deck. So communication is big in video games, and that's how you get problems solved or problem fixed. So who is this? Lenovo, MSI, Asus, and Microsoft. They gotta do a better job of talking to their user base. They have to, they have to. And if you don't communicate with your user base, that could be bad. That could be bad for you. Now in this article, they're talking about somebody brought up about Windows. It's a Windows versus Linux. How users could go to Linux for better gaming experience. To that person that made the comment, that only made the Steam Deck look good. So Steam Deck users are sitting here looking at this, just chuckling. When Valve said they were looking for a generational leap, they were right. They were right. And whenever that Steam Deck 2 decides to come out, I'm sure Valve is going to use the foundation that they built with the first Steam Deck, with the Steam Deck LCD and OLED model, the foundation that they built with their users, and apply it to the Steam Deck 2. That's what they're going to do. They're going to take that and apply it. So the experience and the communication, they will already have that solved already, because they're building on they got the foundation already built. They're just going to add on top of it. So whenever that Steam Deck 2 come out, we're going to go through the same process, like waiting 2 weeks before we can get our hands on it, or a week or so. So I'm sure they're working on it, but in the meantime, get your pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, $5 bill, $1 bill ready for the Steam Deck 2. But Valve is watching this, Valve is watching this. Remember when the Z2 chip was announced? Some of us was thinking that was probably the Steam Deck, but Valve came on and said a generational leap. So they were right when they said that, man. And we got to find out that it was Microsoft, it was Lenovo, it was MSI using this chip, and now they're having problems. It's like They didn't. It's like they're doing. I would say they probably didn't plan their strategy out right about how they were going to release these handhelds, and now you're running into all these kind of problems, you know, about pricing and availability, and you know, when can you use the, you know, and also updates, you know. Those are the problems that they're facing right now. So of course Valve is watching all this, so yeah. And they're going to take what they've seen what Microsoft and Lenovo and MSI is going through. They will take that, learn from it, and apply it to the Steam Deck 2 release day. But yeah, but Microsoft, Asus, Lenovo, and MSI, they got to get their communications down with their users. Their users are looking forward to this device, you know, and they want to use them, you know. They want them. They want to buy them and purchase them, and they got to make them available. Or they could do what Valve did by saying, okay, you got to go to our main you got to order the parts, order it from MSI, or order it from Lenovo, or order it from Microsoft or Asus, and then you have your handheld in 2 weeks. So that's what they should do, you know, and take it from there. Just take a page from Valve and learn from it, and just move on from there. But right now, communications is big in video games, man. It's big, you know, especially with social media front and center. Yeah, communication is big, man. So you know, these handheld manufacturers, you know, console manufacturers, they got to talk to their users, you know, and communicate better with them, you know, and then have updates available when the moment the users have their handhelds in their hand, you know. So yeah, but yeah, that's my thoughts on this, and glad I could cover it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Like the video, dislike it, comment, share your thoughts and opinion. But yeah, they got Lenovo, Asus, Microsoft, and MSI got a communication issue that they need to fix with their users. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.